Welcome to Secure the Bag Week 14 NFL Picks. It's your boy A-Dub.
Hey, boy, Shrizzy, welcome back, SLAC. Man, let's get this money.
Let's do this, man. We are back at our officially regularly scheduled programming. It was a lot of fun last week. We did our Secure the Bag on our Tuesday show because of Thanksgiving. We did take a break from the locks, but we will go over the results from the previous week as well, and then talk about our weeks this week. But got to give a big shout out right off the top to Moms for going 16-0 last weekend on the holiday weekend. Fantastic job. And that's the second time we've had somebody go undefeated on the Yahoo Pick'em League. So great job.
I want to even say that's like the second or third time, like in our recent years, Mom's gone undefeated like 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah.
I always make the joke, we got to take her to Vegas, dog, because like it's not the first time either.
Exactly. One of these times we're going to get her out there, you know what I'm saying, secure some bags together. But it's just a great reminder, though, that we, keep growing and having really good competition on our Yahoo side. If you're not plugged into that, get plugged in. It's free to play. And then each week, whoever wins gets a Super Bowl square. And we have a lot of fun competing for those prizes during the big game every February. So make sure you're getting involved in that. But let's go to our results. So I actually went 15-1.
Yeah,
I was really pleased. The Patriots let me down on that final drive, you know what I'm saying, giving up the touchdown and the extra point to lose the game. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. But we're gonna try to get it right this week. And I'll go ahead and lead us into our picks this week.
Yes, sir.
And let's do what we do, and then later on we'll bring some locks against the spread. But for right now, starting with Thursday Night Football, we've got the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. I'm going with the Lions in this one. They just have too much. They just look too strong for me. But I think this could be a close game because of divisional. But I just feel like the Packers are, not exactly hitting their stride the way the Lions are. And the Lions being at home, I got them in a pretty easy one.
Me too, actually. A lot of people have been picking the Green Bay Packers as like an upset this week. I just don't see it, especially not in Detroit. I think the spread's 3.5. I think the Lions get that and by more. I think it might be one of those onslaught Detroit nights, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going Detroit all the way.
I like it. Yeah, I'm feeling the same, man. They really, when they are good, they're good.
Fading the public, you know what I'm saying? Fading the public.
Exactly. That's how you got to stay sharp. So moving into Sunday morning, we got the Browns at the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers in this one at home. They're going to get their get back. It will not be snowing the same way. And I think that they took exception to the way the Browns kind of celebrated and handled that game just a couple weeks ago.
Absolutely. I'm in the same boat as you. I think during the snow game, too, I think the spread there was only 3.5. This time it's by 7. I think the Steelers cover that as well. I know my boy J-Mo, he wants to get back with the pick 6. That's still the game for them last week against the Broncos. But I still think, like you said, I think the Steelers want that get back. They celebrated a little too hard last week or the last couple weeks ago. And I'm with you. I think Steelers want this one, so I think they're taking Steelers too.
Yeah, I will say though, the Browns are very exciting to watch for being a 3-8 team. They are 3-9, I should say now.
Yeah,
they're a very fun 3-9 team to watch, and I gotta credit Winston, Jameis, famous Jameis, for kind of bringing that energy back.
Yeah, I said the same thing last week. Like, it's funny. He's only played in 5 games so far, and he's 2-3. You know what I'm saying? So 2 out of the 3 games that they have been won by him. You know what I'm saying? And one was against the Ravens, and one was also against the Steelers. So that's big. That's big time. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. So hats off to him, man. Like, I get it. They owe Watson a lot of money, but I really, really hope he hasn't panned out, man. We talk about who's looked better. Jameis has looked worlds better, and I don't know. I just feel like he's got to be the guy going forward.
Yeah. They got to get that run game back on track, but we'll see how they fare this weekend. Next up, we got the Saints at the Giants. I'm going with the Saints in this one. I think that the Giants are trash.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yo, shout out to my Amu Kamara fan. Both Kingsley and Prince are in New York right now. They're doing an interview with Eli Manning. I think they're at the stadium like this second.
Nice.
So they're in New York, but I'm still not picking them. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the Saints come marching in this weekend, man, and get the dub for us. But yeah, they're pretty heavy favorite too, but I like the Saints as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Next up, we got the New York Jets visiting the Miami Dolphins. The Jets have had the season we thought they would, but even probably worse than that. And I love it because I just think it's not Robert Saleh's fault. Obviously, that wasn't going to be the change. And Aaron Rodgers is not the same guy, and he's not willing to change the way he plays, so they will continue to struggle. I'm going with the Dolphins at home.
Completely agree, man. I actually hate the fact that they try to blame Robert Saleh for this, and I think a big part of that is Aaron Rodgers. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is the one who got him fired because when you look at everything, like the defense has been super solid, and I think Saleh really kept them in a lot of games, and lately they just haven't been in them. So they've been even worse without him being there. So going Dolphins all the way in this one, I don't even think it's going to be close. I think Dolphins this is one of their big game wins this week.
Absolutely. All right. Next up, we've got the Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. I'm going with the Titans in this one. Both of these teams have not had the seasons they want, but the Jaguars going back to Mac Jones again after Trevor Lawrence coming back only lasted like a half game and then got injured with that, with that kind of dirty shot there. But I'm going with the Titans. They've played better, and they're pretty solid despite their record.
I agree. They still got, they've got a ways kind of to go, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, they're still one of the top defenses in the league. They don't allow runs, you know what I'm saying? Like their run defense is pretty nasty. And they're in Tennessee. So I feel like the defense is going to come to play regardless of how the Jaguars do in this game. And like you said, the back and forth between quarterbacks is never a good thing. You know what I mean? Especially for the timing with the receivers. And this is probably going to be one of those years where Jaguars just kind of like call it quits, you know what I'm saying? And just start tanking.
Yeah, I think it's Peterson's last year as well. And I do want to say, man, as far as Tennessee, like Will Levis, he hasn't had the season they wanted him to have, but that guy still makes some really good throws. I know he has a lot of turnovers, but he has a lot of talent too. So I'm hoping that he can turn it around a little bit.
It's only saying he's still young, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the turnovers are going to come, especially right now. Then as long as he learns from them, they're in great shape.
Yeah, I agree. I want to welcome Anthony Weston to the show. Yeah. Thank you for being here with us, fam. We appreciate you making your picks along the way as well. And yeah, let's keep this thing rolling. We've got the Falcons at the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings at home. It's a tough place to play. They have a tough defense. And Kirk Cousins, man, Kirk O'Bangs is looking bad, like real bad. I think it's almost time for Michael Penix to step in there. I get it. He's a vet. They got to give him a little bit more time to turn it around. But the Falcons were sitting pretty in the NFC South, and now they're slipping back.
Completely agree with you, man. I can't remember. Was Penix Jr., did he get injured? Or has he just been sitting because of the?
So he's just right? Chilling. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, man. Yeah. It's about that time, dog. It's about that time. Get the rookie in, see what you got with him going forward. He sat and watched for a bunch of games, and I think that's only going to do him well for the long term. But yeah, man. I'm going Minnesota in this game. I think the Falcons started off kind of nice. And have really fallen off since then. I do like the fact that with Kirk Cousins and the new coaching, we're finally able to see the tight end kind of finally get some run and see how good he actually is. And he's been solid. You know what I mean? I think everybody's plays are elevated because of Kirk Cousins, but it hasn't been enough to win them games or to make them look as scary as they should have been. So I'm with you, man. Bring in the rookie, see what he's got, but I'm going with the Vikings in this one.
All right. Next up, we got the Panthers at the Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles. They're hitting their stride, and they're in part of their season where, they have a couple winnable games, and they're eyeing, probably not because of Detroit, but they're eyeing one of those top spots in the NFC again. And they just have a lot going on, and especially with Saquon doing as well as he has, they're kind of scary. So too much for the Panthers.
Yeah, man, this is going to be, like you said, it's just been entirely too much for the Panthers. I love what I've seen these last couple of weeks. I love the confidence I've seen in Bryce Young. The offensive line has been phenomenal, but I think this is just going to be like a crazy test, maybe even an eye-opener. Not even an eye-opener, just a crazy test for us. That defensive line is super, super strong. They're fast, too. So they're going to give our offensive line a run for their money this weekend, and I think with the pressure that we're going to have coming, I think we're going to see kind of a multi-turnover game for Bryce this one. It's going to be a really, really tough one. So I kind of see the blowout happening in Philly this weekend.
Yeah. All right. Anthony likes the Eagles as well. Next up, we've got the Raiders at the Bucks. I'm going with the Bucks in this one. I'm hoping Mike Evans has a couple explosive games. I think he needs like 400, 450 yards to make it to his 1,000 mark again, which is historical. So I'm definitely going for him and the Raiders. I think they're going for that number one spot. I feel like that, there's not very much left for them to play for, and they want that number one draft pick.
I completely agree with you. I think if this is going to be one of those big time Mike Evans games, it's going to be this one. You know what I'm saying? So, I might throw something out there for him to get like 150. Kind of how the way what's his face had the Jerry Jeudy had that revenge game. Not a revenge game, but still, it's horrible defense from the Raiders. So, definitely going with the Bucks on this one as well.
Anthony thinks he's funny, man. He said the team with the pirate logo, so he's covered either way. I do want to say, though, one thing about the Raiders, man. Brock Bowers, despite the quarterback play, is the truth. He's fourth in receiving yards for everyone, not just for tight ends. He is a beast, and I can't wait until they get him a good quarterback over there. That's going to be so cool.
He actually won me my game last week with he had 10 receptions and 140 yards, something like that. He had a monstrous game with the touchdown. 30 points, man. That really, really saved me last week. So another one of my leagues, I'm in like second place, something like that. It's my big money league. So, shout out to your boy, man, because he's been coming through for me all year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's dope. All right. This one I expect to be highly contested. The Seahawks versus the Cardinals, Battle of the Bird, division foes. They just played 2 weeks ago in a close matchup up there in Seattle. Now they're playing in Arizona, and I really don't know who to pick. I think I'm going with Seattle, but I don't really know. I think the Cardinals have been exposed a little bit as far as how they've been being rushed. And if they can't run the ball, it's a little bit different for Kyler Murray. But this is a toss-up game for me. I might go back and forth, but right now I'm leaning to the Seahawks just because they've been playing a little bit better recently.
How about you on that one? I kind of feel the exact same way. I do feel like the Cardinals have been exposed a little bit as well, which is kind of why we've been seeing them kind of fall down back to earth a little bit. And defense travels, you know what I'm saying? And the Seahawks have had a really good defense. They've done really good with the defensive coordinator, you know what I'm saying, from the Ravens this year was their head coach. So I'm with you on that. I think the Seahawks take it again. And I think that might potentially wrap up the division. You know what I mean? Like I think it'd be really, really hard for the 49ers to catch back up. You know what I mean? So, we'll Seahawks in this one.
Yeah, this is a really big game in terms of those implications. If the Cardinals win, they'll be tied, and they'll split their season. If the Seahawks win, they'll have a 2-game lead with the tiebreaker over the Cardinals. So That's a tough one. Yeah. Anthony West is going with the Cardinals. Yeah, and I'm rooting for them. I just don't know. Yeah,
I do want to put that disclaimer out there. I am rooting for the Cards. I just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. All right. This one's kind of a head scratcher for me. The Bears at the 49ers. We've seen that the 49ers are not who we thought they were. They're not a great team right now, especially sustaining all the injuries. Trent Williams with his tragic, incidents coming out, him missing out. It's just really tough. They're down to their third running back. Something is telling me that the Bears will win this game. The 49ers are still a heavy favorite, but the Bears, despite all their woes and firing their coach, they have been competitive the last 3 weeks. They just haven't finished a game. If they can finish a game, they could win this one. I'm going with the upset with the Bears, but I'm probably wrong.
I feel you, man. I'm going 49ers in this one. I just feel like the Bears are still going to take kind of a backseat to the season, figure some things out next year. The 49ers, although I said it's going to be hard for them, they are still in the the NFC West race. But yeah, the injury bug has plagued this team all year on both sides of the football. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now they're back again to the third string running back who actually has played really well. Getting his reps in. So he's looked really good. We'll see what he's got. But I do think the Niners at home take this one. This could be one of the upsets of the season. You know what I mean? If Chicago can get it out for you, but I don't know. I feel like the Niners need this game. You know what I mean? Like they've been struggling too, so they got to get it.
Yeah, I feel you because my brain, I'm just like, I don't know why, but I'm like, something's telling me it's just a hunch. But definitely when it comes to the coaching and all that, I mean, the 49ers have a gigantic advantage. So we'll see. All right, next up, staying in the West Coast, we got the Bills at the Rams. I'm going with the Bills in this one. They're just an extremely complete team. One of those teams that have just been firing on all cylinders this year. Josh Allen, we thought he might dip. He has not. And they're fully formed, man. The Rams are solid, and they're scrappy and competitive, but I just don't think they have enough to win this game.
Yeah, man. I've been on the complete opposite spectrum. I love Josh Allen. That dude's – I don't know why. I've always felt like him and Lamar are in a kind of a, that second tier below, say Patrick Mahomes, you know what I mean? But, they've always been able to do so much with less, and love that about him. And I feel like he's doing a lot, but I feel like they're gonna win this game. LA's been in every game. It's been close. They just haven't been able to get the dubs that they normally do this season. So I'm going Bills. Like you said, they're a more complete team for sure.
Yeah. And I'm with Anthony. I do hope the opposite. All right, we're already coming
that number one seed.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're already coming to Sunday Night Football. There's a lot of teams on bye weeks this week. So for Sunday Night Football, we do have the Chargers at the Chiefs. And I got to go with the Chiefs, man. The Chargers have a hard-fought win last week against the Falcons, but they kind of struggled on offense, man. It's weird that they're not getting their running game as much as they could out of their running game. Shout out to another Georgia rookie, Lad McConkey, who's doing his thing over there, becoming the number one wide receiver. But I just can't pick against the Chiefs until I see them lose, because they just find a way in all of these games despite them being close.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly what you mean. Anderson, Arrowhead, it's going to be really cold, something that the Chargers aren't used to. You know what I'm saying? So definitely going with KC as well. It's just like even the one loss that they have, the Bills always play Kansas City tough, especially in the regular season. I want to see them get it done when it matters. But yeah, I'm definitely going KC though. They should definitely win this game.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Monday Night Football, the capper. We've got the Bengals at America's team, and this is a tough one, man. I'm going to be rooting, obviously, for the Cowboys, and I think this might be a decent game for maybe the first half, but I got to go with the Bengals. I feel like their offense is just too much. Even though they have a worse record than the Cowboys, they fire off, man. They score a lot of points, and Joe Burrow is coming for blood, especially after losing to the Steelers last week, even though they put up 38 points. So I just feel like the Cowboys are not going to be able to keep up. I got to go with the Bengals in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Like we talk about records too, but I feel like the Bengals schedule this year has also been a lot harder too. You know what I mean? Just with the teams that they have to play. But I'm with you, man. I feel like, I think Cowboys have they won a game at home this season?
Yeah, they won one finally at home. It was the last week against the
Giants. You're right. Giants, yes, 100%. You're right, correct. But the other ones have not been good. They've been getting blown out at home. So I'm with you. I feel like now one of the saving grace though, the Bengals defense is also atrocious. You know what I mean? Like they've also been really, really bad. One of my boys will save the answer for Big Tuesday show, but one of my boys said, would you trade Jamar Chase for assets? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they're also kind of in the same boat as the Cowboys are with Micah Parsons. So we'll save that question, your answer for next week. Because I want to know what you guys think about that. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm going Bengals at the end. I think they'll end up getting the dub in the end and kind of break away, you know what I'm saying, at the later half of the game.
Yeah. Anthony Weston's going with the Cowboys, man. I think it was that hat that he had to wear a couple weeks ago, man. It's sinking in a little bit. Yeah. That Texas, you know what I'm saying, that Texas water is getting to him. So I love it, man. I love it. But I hope you're right, Anthony. I really do. But I think this is going to be a tough one for them to just keep up. But we'll see. All right. We did our money line picks. Let's go ahead and move into our spread portion, which is obviously considered picking who will win the game, considering that adjusted score, considering, the spread that is set out by, the sports books. Strizzy, go ahead and take us through these.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, man, like I talked about earlier, I don't think this game's going to be really close. I think we're going to have one of those, kind of lion beatdown games, especially in Detroit. It is divisional, so maybe Green Bay makes it a game. But I do like the Detroit Lions kind of come in here and kind of take care of business tonight. And this one, too, same thing. Spreads a lot of times aren't this big unless the books really think it's going to happen. And I just really think that the Eagles' offense and the defense is going to be just a little bit too much on both sides of the ball for the Panthers to really keep up. This does have like upset of the year, you know what I'm saying, on it, you know what I mean? If the Panthers can keep playing the way they have played and stay in this game. But I don't know, man. For some reason, I got the Eagles kind of blowing us out tonight, but tonight, Sunday, but we'll see. But definitely Eagles for now at 13.
For sure. Big spread, but I can see it.
Yep. And this one kind of, it's funny. I think the Cardinals, I'm hoping the Cardinals can win this game. I know I said the Seahawks might win, but I'm really kind of hoping that the Cardinals can figure something out and stay in this division race. They did lose, to the Seahawks a couple weeks ago, but they couldn't get the offense going. So I'm just hoping that they made the right adjustments for this week. Maybe get a little bit of a boost at home, even though there are a lot of Seahawks fans here too. But I don't know. If they do win, I think they can get it by a field goal for sure.
Got you. And yeah, that's a tough one. Both of these teams, I think that home field bump kind of helps them. So they might just go ahead and split, like you said.
Yeah.
All right, let me move to my locks real quick. And I just did want to highlight I that week 12, man. I did get that elusive triple bag. So that's what's up. I'm super excited about that, hoping to build off of that momentum. Bills, Rams, I would feel more comfortable if this was, just a straight 3. Yeah. And we dropped that 0.5, but I feel like they can get it done by at least 4 points. And so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bills in there, just a stronger team. I'm going back to the well with the Buccaneers. They helped me out last time. I just feel like they have a lot to play for, and they're still in their division, and the Raiders have kind of tucked it in, and I think that the Raiders can be a little demoralized the way that last game fell off. So
for sure.
And then lastly, I gotta go with this upset, man. I don't know why. I just feel like the Bears are gonna come out a little bit inspired. They might get that every once in a while we see that, firing the coach, we get that bump for that next week, just because they feel a little bit better, a little bit of pressure's off, maybe a little bit more of that negativity's out of the building. So we'll see if they let it fly and they can actually get it done. But I still think 3.5 is enough where it's gonna be a close game, and maybe they only lose by 3, and that hook saves me. So we'll see. But that is my 3 bags. Got to hit up our money line records really quickly. With that 15 win last week, kind of took a little bit of the edge, and then we got the bags over there as well. But we're going to keep it moving on that. And again, reminding everybody to please participate with us in the Yahoo, where we have a lot of fun over there. You know what I'm saying? Getting those Super Bowl squares. So that's what's up. Like we always do at the end, like we always do at this time. What do you have, or do you have any specials for the Lions and the Packers that you're kind of looking at, or you're feeling good about as far as the bonus bets?
Yeah, man. If I'm being completely honest, like I said, I think Detroit has kind of one of those games. You know what I'm saying? Like, might not be the 52-point game that they've had, like, I think twice, 2 or 3 times this season so far already. But I think it's going to be, all Detroit. So I'd stick to their props. You know what I'm saying, and just kind of watch them. I might do kind of like a anytime touchdown for like 4 of them. I think I'm going definitely Montgomery, and the other running back. I'm trying to blank on his name, Gibbs. Gibbs and Montgomery definitely anytime touchdowns, and we'll probably do another touchdown too with one of the receivers as well. So again, don't know why, you know what I'm saying, but maybe even take Jordan Love's over on his passing yards. So the third down, they're gonna, game script's gonna change. They're gonna pass the ball a lot, but yeah. That's all I'm kind of thinking about so far.
That's what's up. I was gonna ask you too. Did you see the Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery do their Knuckles and Tails thing last week?
Yeah.
Or Sonic and Knuckles, I mean.
Yeah, but I know what you meant.
That was so gangster, dog.
That's
they came in with the actual people, man. That was dope, man.
Yeah.
I just want to pull that up. If you guys haven't seen that really quickly, I just thought that was really cool, especially with the kiddos, man. Like they, the Sonic and Knuckles are back for real. So there you go, man. A little promo on the side too for and then they got the custom cleats. I thought that was super gangster. So I love, man, that more people our age, right? We grew up with these cartoons and stuff like that, and like it's cool to kind of share those things a little bit more. Whereas we didn't always see that in the past. So I'm loving it, man. I think that was super dope. So I definitely wanted to call that one out. I just thought they bumped up in my book a little bit after that.
100%. And it's kind of funny too, like, a lot of, 10, 15 years ago, you got to see a lot of like two-way punches with running backs with the different nicknames and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think there was Smash and Dash or something like that with
right.
With I think it was not the Vikings, the Titans, right? I think it was Titans.
Yeah.
And then I know the Panthers, we had D'Angelo Williams and oh man, who was it? It was the
Jonathan Stewart.
Jonathan Stewart, yeah, exactly, Jonathan Stewart. So like, we had those guys too. They had their nicknames as well. So it's kind of cool, kind of seeing it come back again. And I think the Sonic and Knuckles one is so dope, bro. Like so tight. So yeah, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah, it is dope. And I think that, with value running backs being devalued, like I think more running backs should embrace the two system, because it really does work and it saves them and it lets them last longer in the league.
Oh, yeah.
So, the Derrick Henrys of the world, Adrian Petersons, Frank Gores, those only come around so often where you can just have one guy pound. It's just not like that anymore. So I feel like we got to bring the duos back again. Yeah, the thunder and lightning type of thing. So
heck yeah.
That's what's up. All right, we're going to go ahead and shut it down right there. On Tuesday, we will be back with episode 276 of Say Like a Champ. We will break down all the NFL scores and then bring you everything you need to know from the world of sports this week. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
And we out.
Peace.